My beef isn't just with CNN. My beef is with media as a whole. I mean, it knows the power that it wields, and it flexes all the time. And one of the things that really broke me when it comes to quote-unquote race and quote-unquote blackness was this artist named Kodak Black. If you've never seen this gentleman, he looks like a Mammy doll come to life. Like he Pinocchio'd himself into existence. Like he was made in some racist meme, witch haven, and he just wanted it bad enough, and he got it. So, and he's been pressed on the music end. CNN doesn't, press such images and imagery. CNN doesn't make the movies. CNN doesn't go into urban communities really at all. Like these folks could care less that they exist. They hop in a car, go from their mansion to the studio, or get driven to the studio in a lot of cases. So nah, fam, let's not play these games, okay? So we have Brian Stelter right here, who once again, like all of the media sitting here crying about racism and everything else like that, when in all reality they just want to ignore truths and the things that would actually move things forward and keep the blight away. Golly, these people. I can't do a Brian Stelter voice like Mark Dice. Brian Stelter. I don't know. Let's go.
This weekend, racist messages raging from the president's Twitter feed, his attacks on Baltimore Congressman Elijah Cummings and the 700,000 residents of Maryland's 7th District. There are 6 things going on at the same time. I want to tell you all 6.
So, is he gonna cry like the other guy did? Because he always seems like he does. Like, this is one of the most effeminate men I have ever seen in my lifetime. I mean, my goodness, this guy, he looked like George Costanza, yo. He looked like a real feminized George Costanza. Jesus, like you could tell that he's wearing makeup. I mean, dude, like, where's your testosterone? You can't, like, that's why Mark Dice does the voice, because you can hear there's like no testosterone in this man whatsoever. With biological sex, he is a man. There is no testosterone in this guy whatsoever.
Number 1, the tweets are part of a pattern of racism displayed by Trump for several decades. Number 2, the tweets are factually inaccurate in several ways.
Okay, so the deal is that first and foremost, every single living soul that's a celebrity that has come out and said, oh my God, Trump is so racist. There are photos of them smiling and enjoying Trump's company from before he became president. What are you talking about? Then he's like, there are parts of this tweet that are factually inaccurate. Okay, yeah, nonsense, boo-boo. But the deal is, that's why he gave his audience 6 points. So, you just gloss over most of them, and he'll probably try to land something decent with the last 2.
They are the result of Trump getting distorted information from his friends at Fox News. Those friends are actually doing him a disservice. Number 4, the tweets are a petty response to Democratic oversight of Trump by Democrats like Cummings.
Deal is that it's not oversight, it's overburdening. In a lot of cases, the president himself wants to get things done, and because there was this obstruction that took place during Obama's tenure, the Democrats are like, yeah, well, we can do it too. Because it happened over, like, they're being very petty and spiteful, and yeah, the Republicans were petty and spiteful too. It's part of the game. But to sit here and just completely like berate and go after this dude every single day on some self-righteous nonsense is exactly why Trump hit him hard as hell with the reality of his district. Trump probably wouldn't had Cummings not been opening his damn mouth and running it the way he has been, like, oh, he's just so racist and misogynist, xenophobic, racist, misogynist. We know, okay? Can you give us an example? Can you say anything beyond that? No, they can't. And then he hit him with some truth, and they're like, oh my God, the truth?
Number 5, they are a distraction from other important issues. Maybe.
See, like I said, the last two, he was going to hit real shit. Yeah, he's distracting, without question. I mean, Trump really knows how to throw people in whatever direction he wants them to go into. And that's actually how he's president right now.
Trump distracts on purpose, maybe he doesn't do it on purpose. Either way, they're a distraction. But number 6, racist and ridiculous stereotyping of a part of the country is damaging to the country as a whole.
Really? Racist? Really? Like, I mean, and the deal is that the writer of The Wire David Simon came out and was like, oh, Trump's being such a... Yeah, he's on the plantation too. Make no mistake. Like, the plantation is gigantic. The Democratic plantation is just ridiculously vast. They know how to work the media. They know how to, maneuver and manipulate. And this is all that Brian Stelter is attempting to do right here. Because he didn't say a word about race. Trump does not talk about race. All right, we haven't had a president talk about race since FDR. Yeah, like they just Americans, like, and that's the job. That's how you win, because you're talking about Americans. It's all supposed to fall under Americans. You get what I'm saying? That's how he became president. That's how he remains president. That's how his popularity only grows, is because he's doing nothing but boosting America as a people, as a nation within itself. But instead of like embracing that, you guys just like see it in a completely opposite direction, and it's nuts.
And that must be covered. And it must be covered that way, even if it's distracting.
No, it's distracting. All the estrogen that is flowing off you right now, my dude. I ain't going to stunt.
Once again, every day, Trump posing challenges for the press. I think what media outlets should not do is just put Trump's hateful rants in the headline and then move on. That's just stenography. Instead, I think
that's the thing. They all keep calling it like it. Actually, this headline is pretty accurate. This is an accurate headline. What do you mean? Just put it in the headline and move on. There's a completely different article underneath it. How about reading that? And that's Reuters. Reuters tends to be pretty, flat when it comes to the truth. There's no spin. Here in CNN, though, oh, no, we can't just move on. We have to dig in and talk about how racist it is, when in all reality, there's nothing that says, oh, the white race is superior to the black race in any of this, in anything that Trump said.
We should start somewhere else. We should start with what is true. Let's start with the map of the actual 7th district. Now, I'm a Marylander, so I used to live nearby, went up to school here in Towson. So what
we're going to do is we're going to kind of skip all that stuff, because I've talked about this in the other video, where, yeah, you have nice areas and you also have deteriorated areas. And guess what? People live in both. And you should be accountable to the entirety of your constituency, not just the ones that are living in the nice areas that you get to say, what's the name? That you get to say, oh yeah, we're doing good. Just because like little Timmy does good and beats the odds doesn't mean that everybody else does. And what we should be looking out for is the everybody else. We should be looking for the rules to change, not the exceptions. Damn it.
Then it's time to report on what Trump said. He said on Twitter on Saturday, no human being would want to live here in this rodent-infested mess.
Deal is that Trump was wrong there, because, I mean, there's what do you think all the people from the third worlds is trying to get to? They know they're going to have to start there. They play Grand Theft Auto 4. I'm just saying, with Nico. It's America. It's America. You start there, you go nicer places. Trust me, I've done it. It's the beauty of this country, is that, hey, if you work hard enough while you're there, in a few years, you can get out of there. It's the main start of the game. It's the start point of the game. But the problem is that there is structures in place to make that start point the entire game for way too many people, way too many American people, and that's wrong. That is terrible. And that needs to be fixed. And shout out to the president for pointing that out. But make no mistake, I mean, that's a big part of the reason these areas got so bad is because you got all these people at the border coming through, and that's exactly where they go. Because it's like, I mean, the oversight is nowhere near what it'll take to get to the upper echelons, you know? But it's a start.
Called the district disgusting, and that maybe Cummings should spend more time in that filthy place. He's saying go back to where you live, even though Cummings sleeps there all the time.
No, he sleeps in one of the nice areas. Come on, this guy, man. This guy, hell, when it comes to Congressman Payne, you see Congressman Payne around Newark, but it's always like the really nice areas. He ain't going up to 18th and 16th and places like that. They don't go to places like that. They'll stay in they'll be in the area. They're in the nice areas of those areas. Make no mistake.
Once you've addressed the tweets, the big questions for newsrooms are, where did this come from? Who's telling Trump this stuff? How did he get this distorted impression of the 7th District? Well, the answer, as is so often the case, is right on Fox News. This is what was on Fox and Friends in the 6 a.m. hour on Saturday. There was this clip of Cummings questioning the Homeland Security Secretary about conditions at the border. Then, Fox brought in a guest named Kimberly Klacik, who went to impoverished parts of West Baltimore and made video.
Okay, hey Kimberly. Okay, she's a 30%er. Why not the 35% there? That weave is ridiculous. But besides that, yeah, she got a real dope face.
Of trashed lots and ruined row homes. Fox called her a Republican strategist. They've called her that for more than a year now. But there is no evidence that she's ever been employed by a campaign. She did run for a local county GOP position and lost last year. So they call her a Republican strategist, maybe because she wrote writing blog posts for this website for a while. Then she started getting...
Okay, so what Brian is doing is calling this chick, Kimberly Klacik, out to the carpet and basically saying, like, how is she a strategist? Like y'all hear that, right? Y'all hear that? You're like, yo, how is she a strategist? I mean, she ain't never worked on no campaign. She just writes blogs. I mean, ugh. Like, yo, it's so catty. My goodness, it's so, and this is the problem. It's just so much estrogen in our media, man. Like, the mainstream is just so gynocentric and so geared toward the feminine that you got this dude out here, instead of saying like, yo, this Baltimore stuff is really terrible, things do need to be looked into, what he's doing is going after someone that they could target, which, you know, I mean, seeing how she's definitely fine as hell. I mean, we like our pretty people in the United States, don't we? So shoot, let go. Oh, dang it, I messed that up, I'll admit it. I went too far back in, and close enough.
Videos about Baltimore's rundown neighborhoods. But I tell you all this to explain, here is where the president is getting his information. Klacik was booked on Fox again on Saturday. The president was watching, and then an hour later he tweeted. But first, listen to what she said on Fox.
Here's the deal: if she in Baltimore and she getting the information, she from there. This is her community. I think she is a check. We'll check her Twitter in a second, but if she's from Baltimore, she trying to make a change in Baltimore, then why not? This is actually a really good thing. But CNN, because they're like, oh my goodness, we got to keep the Democratic Party alive, and you know, we got to offer up a counter. They can't offer up a counter of substance. They can just sit there and go after this, you know, very lovely young lady.
There is a crisis at the border, but there's also a crisis in Baltimore. And I don't think many people realize this, but Congressman Cummings, it represents the most dangerous district in America.
She went...
Yeah. So, she dope. It's just that weave. It's killing me. Wow.
She certainly helped somebody. She certainly helped Trump. So to cover Trump's racist tweets, I think you've got to start with those facts. You've got to start with where the information came. You've got to address why it was coming on Fox. Why was Fox doing this segment in the first place? And then you've got to address, well, here, what the Baltimore on the front page. This is this morning's Baltimore Sun. It says Cummings is a central figure.
So, okay, here's the thing. When everybody sits there and, like, boosts up the Baltimore Sun, like, oh, yeah, they're standing tall. Well, we may have a few rats, but it's better than being one. Like, dude, like, y'all don't hear this? Like, you're admitting that there's a problem that no one's looking to solve or fix, but you're gonna sit here and get real self-righteous and indignant when it comes to the president's basically speaking the truth. Brian Stelter's gonna hop on here and try to, like, you know, I'm not gonna say and call it a hit piece, but it's definitely very catty, very. Oh my goodness! But let's back on out of this, and these are a couple of replies. It started with the facts, but he's right. Facts, stubborn things. Let's watch. So this is Kim K. Baltimore. This is the lady, Miss Klacik. Baltimore County Republican Central Committee, political commentator, pro-Trump, co-host of Super Citizen USA. And her information, lovely lady, sweet set of chesticles. That weave is like bonkers. Let's see. How often do you hear Trump supporters are racist or stupid? You aren't racist for wanting to enforce immigration laws. You aren't stupid for wanting to lower your taxes. And you aren't homophobe for wanting men to use the men's room. Okay?
That Bernie Sanders was...
Yep, let's go back to the beginning.
They're not. Yeah. So President Trump, he is the underdog, a hero for so many. I think he speaks the language of the general...
So, Omarosa, Candace Owens, there's a list of females who, you know, are on the red team. Females of color, quote unquote, on the red team. She's a brand new member of them. Good, best of luck to you, Miss Klacik. You hopped on the winning side as it's winning, and you're, you know what I'm saying, taking off. Knock them on out, you know. But me personally, we'll see what comes of anything that she puts forward, because I don't have a really good grasp of like. Let's finish this. This 49 seconds. Let's finish this up and then see where we stand, okay?
Population. So often you hear that Trump supporters are either racist or stupid, but you're not racist for wanting to enforce immigration laws. You're not stupid for wanting to lower your taxes. And you're not a homophobe for wanting men to use the men's room and women to use the women's room. What Democrats successfully did is they actually alienated and they shamed Trump supporters. And while doing that, they actually shamed independents when they should have been persuading them for their votes because they were on the fence for Trump. I thought it was fascinating that Bernie Sanders was championing free college. A simple Google search will show you that only 40% of working age adults actually have a college degree.
So, yeah, she's fine as hell. I mean, let's be real. And actually, I can, like, with it cut a little shorter, I can deal with it with a different, like, swag on it. I can definitely, yeah, I can deal with that a little bit more than the super long weave that she had in earlier. But either ways, yeah, hopefully she introduces, like, you know, policy towards Baltimore. If she runs, that, I guess that remains to be seen. But let's be real, she might also just, you know, start an Instagram career. It's kind of really no different than Ice Bay, you know? I mean, yeah, she's out here and she's speaking talking points, things that we've gone into, with the exception of pulling up the college degrees. Have I spoken on college on college tuition? Maybe not. We'll discuss that. No, I have. It's in another video on the official elected official channel. By all means, go check that out. It's the one where I use Bill Cosby. I use a bit of the Cosby Show. But either ways, yeah, she's dope. Yeah, I mean, she's dope, but that about it. I mean, shoot, she's just a looker. I can see why Trump would definitely pay attention to what she has to say, because she's hot. I mean, a hot chick will always be the ultimate way in which to convey a message, because they're hot. You know? Like, I don't know how else to put it. And then you got Brian Stelter, who's like, oh my God, this is like, it just don't work. If you're gonna have a guy represent or put forward the news, it has to be just straightforward. And, you know what I'm saying, like, as a man, like, the ladies, they can come away with the more feminine side of it because they are actually women, you know? So, man, CNN, Brian Stelter, all you guys, you're nuts. But I see why she's catching the headlines that she's catching, because she's dope. So, I mean, let me know what you think. That's about it. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike it, go ahead, do that too. I ain't scared. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments. I mean, everything that Trump said was true. Alright? The CNN is just completely losing it. But a hot chick arises, a phoenix comes from the ashes. I mean, that's all I can really gather from all this news, not really new stuff that's been taking place, but just paying attention to what the mainstream's doing, and they will always distract you with the hot chick. So let me know, what do you think in the comments. See, I'm distracted myself. And until the next one.